right, well, good to see you. Welcome to 2023. Wanted to give you just a simple little teaching today to encourage you in this new year. So I want to look at the book of Nehemiah. And of course, in the book of Nehemiah, they built the wall around Jerusalem. And the wall was in disrepair. It was falling apart. It had breaches. It was doing nothing to function as a wall. So the purpose of the wall was not being fulfilled at all. And it seemed like, maybe it's not true, but it seemed like nobody who lived there really cared. They just accepted it. This is the way our wall is. Yeah, our wall's broken. It's fallen down. It's no good. People come in. The animals come in. The bandits come in, whatever. And this is just the way it is. Poor us. We live in Jerusalem. Our wall stinks. So that seemed to be what they were doing. But Nehemiah had a different vision. He had a vision that this needs to be repaired. He saw something. He saw the finished wall, and he saw what God wanted to do. And so when you can read the book, it's not a long book, it's not a long story, and he convinces the people, let's rebuild the wall. But what I want you to see today, there's so much in Nehemiah, but what I want us to see here is how they actually rebuilt the wall. There's a few ways you could do something like this. They could hire a wall building firm. So the local wall building firm could come in. They specialize in walls of cities of medium size. And they could have hired them in, and they could have all watched, and they could have, that type of thing. But they didn't do that. They could have said, well, let's make sure that only our young people, only our best workers, or whoever it was, they do all the work on the thing. They didn't do that either. I love what they did. If you read Nehemiah chapter 3, it's a little bit of a dull chapter because it's listing a bunch of names, but I want you to see why it lists the names. It says, the fish gate was rebuilt by the sons of Hesena. Wow, that's exciting. They laid its beams and put its doors and bolts and bars in place. Meremoth, the son of Uriah, the son of Hakak, repaired the next section. Next to him, Meshullam, son of Berechiah, the son of Meshezabel, made repairs. And next to him, Zadok, the son of Bana, also made repairs. The next section was repaired by the men of Tekoa. And on it goes. It goes on this whole chapter about this guy did this, and then this guy did this, and then this family did this, and these people did this. And you know how they did this? Everybody built their section of the wall. Wasn't that complicated? Everybody did their section. Were they expert wall builders? I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt they'd ever build a wall. But they were given a task. They said, these 20 feet, go for it. And they did it. They did their part. And if you read this, the whole book of Nehemiah, the wall was built very quickly. And it was functional. And they faced opposition, and they had all kinds of problems. But as long as everybody stayed focused on their part, and they encouraged the people doing their part, and those people doing their part, and as long as they did that, the work was being completed. So here's what I want us to see this year. I want us to see that if everybody does something, we can change the world. If you've been around me long enough, you've heard that before. But I see it, I believe it, I know it. If we work on our section, the whole will be done. It's the mindset is so often, I can't build the whole wall, so I won't do anything. Don't do that. I think it was John Maxwell I heard say one time. He said, do for the one like you wish you could do for everybody. You see, we hear people say, well, I can't do it for you because I can't do it for everybody. Well, that's a dumb thing, because of course you can't do it for everybody. But you can do it for one. So do for the one like you wish you could do for everybody. Do your part. Let's do our part. As you know, the ISA is involved with so many things around the world, and we're just a small thing. But as long as we're doing our part, you know what? That section of the wall is going to be okay. As long as you're doing your part, your section of the wall is going to be okay. And as long as other people are doing their part, their section of the wall is going to be okay. And when everybody does their part, the entirety of the wall will get built. And watch this. How foolish of us to think that I want my wall to be, my section to be built really, really well, but I'm going to criticize you in your section. I'm going to make it difficult for you in your section. Are you kidding me? Do you understand what a wall is? If there is one section of the wall that isn't there, the wall is useless. The entirety of the wall has to be working. So we've got to encourage each other. We've got to be building our section and encouraging each other to build their section. This whole issue of building the wall around Jerusalem only worked because everybody caught a vision, but they didn't feel like they had to complete the whole thing. They caught the big picture vision, but they did their thing, and they encouraged each other to do their thing too. And when everybody did that, the entirety was complete. So our encouragement for you as an individual, you and your family, you and your church, whatever it would be, that you're in your ministry, your organization, your school, whatever it would be, do your part. Do your part. If everybody does something, we can change the world, and you are part of everybody. So this year, you don't need to do everything. You just need to do your part and encourage others to do the same. God bless.